All right, last roll. This is where my high dollar blade that's now in the trash was cutting up the end of this board. And yeah, and it come out pretty snaky looking, as you can see. But the rest of them, once I put that new blade on there, they just cut nice and straight. But got a couple, 3 or 4 boards I was really fighting with. And taking this thing apart, takes about 45 minutes to take it off, put the blade on it, put it back on. And it's not terrible bad, but it'd be nicer if I just easily snap it on there. So I don't know. It's kind of one of them things where you wish you could do it, but you couldn't, because that blade has to come through this thing here, the slot here, and then go into the round, and then it has to go around out here and go through the slots and that, come back around the slot. So I looked at it 2 or 3 times trying to figure a way to do it without taking the table off, and I just butchered my table all up. So I just figured 45 minutes. And of course, when I was messing with all that, I lifted this up and popped that plexiglass. Need to make a new one of them. And that reinforcement was needed. I'm sitting there supporting 95 pounds in the air right there. So trying to figure out a little better way of adjusting that. I got the turnbuckle on there, but I put it up on top of that lantern. I need to cut it off. Looks like I may be a couple inches short of the top of that lantern. That would be my setup, and because this thing stretches, so it stretches out pretty good. So anyway, but all in all, it's a good trip. Let's go take this down to the shed and sticker it, and we'll get a picture of that. Some people ask me why I'm still running chains, and it's May Day, or May 9th, I guess it is, and I leave them chains on there all the time. My yard is, well, there's lots of down in it. There's 26 feet of down between the front corner of my lot to the back corner of my lot, and that keeps me sliding around. The only thing I have any trouble with is when I get on concrete, and then it'll slide a little bit, but anyway, most of the time that's just where I've got a high spot. There's the wood coming into the old shed, and I'm just about, not quite shoulder height on there, so that's a pretty good chunk of red oak, and got a few more stickers left. Hopefully I got enough to do the job, and let me get that stickered up and see what we can get to the pile there. All right, that stack is just almost right at eye level when I hold my face down. And let's just turn it around here, get the front. There she is. She's starting to get a little top heavy. I sure wouldn't want to go up any higher than that. But I've got cedar that's drying back in here, in the back spot back in there. Back in that cave, and then this one here. And it'll be ready to move out in a couple months. It'll be plenty good. So I'll probably wait till the hottest day of the year and then pull that out of there and stack that stuff down in the back underneath that shed, underneath that shelf, and pretty well fill that whole thing up, and then move the cedar out here, let her set for about a year. The only thing is I need to do is put a tag board on it. When I put it on there, there's one down at the bottom in there when I cut this. So it was today's May 9th, so I'll go from May 9th, give the benefit of the doubt on air drying. So that's the most wood I've done in one resaw of the bigger logs. I've done 34 logs of the smaller cedars. They were 24, 26 inches long. So anyway, this is probably the biggest yield of wood that I've done, and most of it's 1 inch. Some of it is down to or 1.25 inches, almost 1.5 inches. Those are the remnants. You can tell this is my 4 logs. This is the remnants on it. The rest of them come out pretty much 1 inch. And there's a few of them that I didn't get painted for drying. So I thought I'm going to check out, see how big a difference this makes on the checking compared to the ones that I did paint. I know it will make a difference, but with the 1-inch boards, I don't know. We'll find out. So we'll see what kind of checking we get out of it. And as I can see right there, I can already see some checking going on with it. So anyway, but that's only, well, I had 3 logs that I cut off, so 12 boards out of the stack. Everything else has been sealed on both sides. And then I made my stickers out of the remnants of the slag wood. I could have got a few more stickers. I'm thinking, dude, that's enough. That's enough is enough. So then I got my wood pile moved out of my driveway of the remnants and stacked over there by the front on some concrete little pavers that I have up there. So I'll get those, get that probably burnt this year and be good to go. Yep, there's my concrete mixer. I'm going to run a couple runners down the back of the yard. I'm waiting for my son to come out and give me a hand. And I could do it myself, but I'm waiting for him for gaining some experience with concrete and stuff, because I don't have to be it. And then I've got a shed built in the back there. My dear little wife, she's upset that we didn't get it parallel with the house. Well, it's parallel with a fence, that one back there. So our lot is a little lots of differences in it. 26 foot of rise and fall, and it's not parallel in the front or the back, or there's not a square edge on any of it. So I think when they put the house on there, they just measured from the street. So that's pretty much how you do it anyway. But so grass is growing. Had some good storms last night. And it looks like we came out of it unscathed. Got some cherry in the back there. I need to start focus on getting it burned up. It's been cut for about 1.5 years, so it'll be good for burning.